Okay, so welcome back, viewers, again on SortPAL. So earlier on, I showed to you the features this software has. For now, I want to show you the details, how to go about installing the system. The system operates, but before that, remember that I've just remembered this, and so let me show it to you. If you look at this, the graphing, it has been color coded. If you look at this guide, you see that this very color here, okay, identifies with these ones. Okay, so that's the least performed. So it is from the least performed to, I think, or the least number of students to the highest number of students. So the more we get to yellow, it means more students had that mark, or we had a lot of people getting that. A lot of students getting A1 in social studies. Okay, a lot of them. So you can see the color. So it's color coded so that it will guide you. So colors that are closer to this, or that looks similar to this, means that's the number of students. Okay, so as we go up, you see that the color is changing, and so it is guiding you. You can see we are transitioning to green, then to deeper green, and we go, then we are transitioning to yellow, and so on and so forth. So that is one thing I want you to take note of. So coming back here, we will have to install. I think I showed the links to you people. If we get to this place, let me go to Drive C and open to build. Yes, SortPAL. And then we have, should I say, installers. So as I told you, this is the latest version 1.5. The previous one was version 1.4. And so there is this file I've shared. It is on YouTube currently, and also I've been sharing it on my page for the software. I've created a page for this software, WhatsApp page. So if we open this, there is a guide that is telling you exactly what to do. So this I've hosted this thing online in my Google Drive. So the app link is the software itself, which is this one, SortPAL. So this is the link for downloading the software. So you follow this link, you copy this link into your browser and enter. It will allow you to download the software, which is this thing here. And then if we follow this, we're having a database server links. So the first one will take you to this, which we call XAMPP. So people say XAMPP, XAMPP, whatever. You first of all have to install this software, which serves a database called MySQL. So this database is needed so that the software will run. Without it, it will not work. So basically, you see that the database is running. So let me stop it. So initially, you have to start this server. You click on this, and it will run. Before you run the system, you have to start the database, else it will not work. And so we will go to MySQL here, start server. You click on it, and then you will see that this button changes from start to stop, which means the server is working successfully. So that's the only time you will say the server has been started successfully. If not, it means there is a problem, which is beyond my control. I didn't create the database. It is created by a third-party software provider. So it means you can get to YouTube and look for XAMPP not working. Like, you can Google it and see how best you can solve that problem. For most cases, I believe this will be installed correctly. So that is for this one. Then the software may also use that is a configuration file. It uses two databases. If this first one fails, then you can also go ahead and copy this second link. You don't need both, you need only one. If this first one works, then you are okay. You don't need the second one. But if the first one fails, then you want to go in for the second one. Download this database server, which is called WAMP server, which is this one. So this second link will take you to this again. So this is XAMPP, which you also double click, and then yes, and XAMPP will always begin and to come and hide here in the tray. So you have to look at it, making sure that the color changes to green, and that's the only time it is ready for the system to work. So all these things should be done even before you start the SortPAL, which is this application. So I think currently it is not turning red because this one is running. Both of them will use the same port, so 3306, and this guy also needs 3306 to use. It has turned that is to yellow or orange, then finally it will turn to green, but it will not go, it will not turn green because this port has been used by XAMPP. So let me stop this. Now if I stop XAMPP now and I go ahead, let me that is this, restart all services and see what happens, because both of them normally use the same port. That's why I'm saying that I would prefer we use XAMPP. Very good. So you see now that it has turned green. So I want to believe that XAMPP will run. Honestly, I installed it once for myself. I think, let me show you the setup. Let me go to downloads, softwares, and then this is it, XAMPP. So it's just a software. I am not the one who wrote it. It is a third-party software which is needed by my software to run. So you just double click this and follow the prompt, the usual software installation procedure. And so it will ask you yes and blah blah blah, those kind of things, and then you just follow through and then install it successfully. So after it is installed successfully, you only go to your search bar here and search for XAMPP, and it will show. Here it is, and then you click it to start it, which is what we have here. So it is running already this thing is running. So we'll close this one because there is already an instance that is running. So that is it. So that is how you start this XAMPP. You do the installation, you search for it here, and then just XAMPP, it will show, and then you just run it even before you start this process, which is the SortPAL. So I will cancel this installation because I have it already. So this is the guide, next, and then the options and so on and so forth, next, and then this kind of things. So I'll cancel it because I am having this software or the system installed already. Now I'll come here now and stop this XAMPP. I'll stop it because it has blocked the port, which WAMP server has blocked the port which XAMPP is in need of. So I'll click on this, stop all services, then finally I'll exit it. Now I want to believe that if I come here now and click on start, it will start successfully because the port has been released. The port is like a space, all these database servers they need so that they can run. So the port is 3306. That is the default, and so whichever of them runs first will occupy the port for which the other one cannot use unless the external configuration has been made. And so that is why I'm saying that you need just one of these. If this first one works, which I believe will work in most cases for all of us, if it doesn't, we can Google this YouTube. I think there's a lot of videos that are showing why the XAMPP is not working. That is not my doing as a software engineer. That is sometimes it is some drivers that is not installed. Normally it is a Visual Studio, that's VC++. It's a Visual Studio compiler that is needed by these things to run. So most of the time, if they are not there, they affect this kind of installations. So if you don't see it, you can go on YouTube and then just Google like XAMPP not working, and then you see various options which will help you. Other than that, you will have to go in for the second option, which is this XAMPP, which I was showing. If you come here, the WAMP server is this. For WAMP server, before you install it, you don't just go ahead and install it straightforward. No, I will advise that before you install WAMP server, you first of all go to VC, and this VC, this is what I call Visual C++ redistributable. So we have by 64, which is a by 64-bit operating system. Most of the laptops you're having today or PCs we have by 64, and then we have by 63, which is a 32-bit system, and then we have 64-bit system. So if your system is 32-bit, then you want to install this. If your system is 64, then you want to install this. Most of the times you are going to use this. So you first of all have to install this package, Microsoft Visual C++. Okay, you need that. I have it already. I have it, so I will not install it. I'll close it. So you have to do that even before you come to install the Wassce server. You always want to do this. Install this compiler, or there are dependencies that the database needs to work. Else, if you install this Wassce server, it will not work. So you first of all install that. After you are done successfully, now you come and then install Wassce server. Basically, as I'm saying, they are all just database servers that allows the system to work. So also I'll take note because I have it already in the system. So that is for the database setup, how it will work like. So now after that, let me close this SortPAL, and then let me check. Yeah, so my SQL is running with the database server, and then I will start SortPAL. So double click on SortPAL. This system previously had been using the, I think, Excel. So we copied the data from the website, we copied the tabular data into Microsoft Excel and saved it, and then we uploaded it into the that is the software. That is what we were doing previously, and then I observed that many schools were finding challenges, difficulties doing that, getting the data in the right format. So this time I thought of getting the web page itself after you open to the web page. Let me show this to you whilst we are waiting for the system to start. Document, that is the school data. So now that it has started, normally it performs some this in the background before starting. So you can see that now this is a web page. This here is an HTML file. As you can see, this is a Firefox logo. This is a web page. You can see type. The type here is this is a PDF. This is Firefox HTML file. So the website that you open to, if you open to the web page, you just Ctrl+S, save the web page, and then you look for the HTML file of that web page. That is what we are using now. We are no longer using Excel files. If you upload the HTML file, this is an HTML file. It contains sensitive data for some schools which I don't want to show. That is why I don't want to open it, because I believe this thing is sensitive. I don't want to expose any schools this thing to outside. That's why I don't want to open the data. So please bear with me. So just if you open to the web page, okay, you just press Ctrl+S. It will save the web page offline, and then you want to look for the HTML or ATM. Okay. If we look at properties for this file, we will see that it is let's go this way. See, it's not showing the file extension, but it's an HTML file. I had wanted to show the extension, so that is not showing. I think maybe it's too long, but it is an HTML file. That is what I want you to understand. Now this thing here is a web page that I can open in a browser. I can double click it to work, but it will show the sensitive data I don't want to show. So just that is the guide for you. Just download the web page. Ctrl+S will save the website locally on your computer. Open that and look for the HTML. That is what you are interested in. So now that the system has launched, we enter the password. It is admin, and then admin. I will not disclose this, but I will show it to those who are interested in the software for security reasons. We log in now, and then we are brought to this. So now we come here and then we choose import. So as we import, we click on load. and then you will see that we have Excel or HTML file. So for those of us, this thing is backward. The software now is backward compatible. For those of us who are still with the Excel format, it will work. And then for those of us who are struggling with the Excel format, that's what I'm saying, that you don't need to struggle anymore. Just save the web page, extract the HTML, and then you navigate to it. So let me go to document, school data, and then data, and then this is the HTML file. As you can see, we double click this, and then you can see finally, as I'm saying, so you see that it is ATM. So ATML, the extension may be ATML or HTML. Both of them work. So once you are done, you select the year. Now normally the result is released 1 year after, maybe the next year. That is, so this in the system will capture it already. So currently we are in 2025, okay, but then it will display 24 because the analysis we are going to do is for a previous year, so that's 2024. So normally you don't need to even tag this at all, just leave it as default as it is, because the system will detect it, auto detect, and then put that there for you. So this is what we have for so basically all you need to do is to just submit, click, and then you see here data already exists for year 2024, which means already I have fed this into the system. Okay, I have fed this data into the system, which is what I showed earlier in my previous video. So it will just let you know that it is not going to recompute again because this data is already in the system. So what I will do here is go to settings. Previously we were having to uninstall the whole database and install again, but now I think we don't need to. We only need to reset database. So we click on reset database, and it will ask you this: are you sure you want to blah blah blah, and then you say yes or no. Now if you are having for different years, the system will work. You don't need to always reset the database. As I'm saying, it will only work for a new year. If you already have fed the data into the system, if the data already exists, it will not work. It will tell you, notify you that the system already, just like we have here, the data already exists. So if let's say we are now in 26, okay, then 24 or 25 will be ready. So I think the result will be released for 25 analysis. So in that case, in 26, the system already captured 25 here for you, which is not in the database, and so it will allow you to compute. So that is for that. So because I want to demonstrate this to you, I will have to reset the database, clear everything. So that's why I want to take this option, reset database, and I will say yes. Are you sure you want to reset the database? This action will delete all this permanently, and so yes, and then it will delete the database. So now you see if I click here, the database should be deleted. I think let me close this and restart. So again, normally for this, if we start the system, it will go ahead and then check if the database already exists or not. If it exists, it will continue to log in. If it doesn't exist, it will go ahead and create the database before it will start the user interface for us to see. So that is how it works. And you don't always need to install the database. The database needs to be installed just once. So for those of us who are already having a database, because now I am coming in with XAMPP. Okay, the XAMPP is, I think it has a higher version of the database. So I want to move away from WAMP server. So I'll encourage all of us to install the XAMPP and not WAMP server. Of course, unless this one is failing, that is when I will advise you, because in the future I will no longer support WAMP server because the database version there is too low. It gives me so much problems as I develop. So finally, we will log in again, and then let me see again. So this import raw data. Let me load the data, see what happens. I don't know why database is not formatting. So that is document, school data, data, and then this. So let me just say this is 25. Let me just add one. This. So 25, and then just click on submit, and I will see that it will do the processing. It will extract all the data. All the data will be extracted. To extract all data, and then it will notify you that very good. So file processing completed successfully. So that means that the data has been extracted. So that is it. That's all you need to do. Then finally, after that, you can now come here and then check, after which our computations will be ready. And this is what I showed to you earlier on, and I don't need to go through all this again, because earlier on in the previous video I showed it up in the features. So please help me spread the news to other schools who are still using the manual system, that now there's a software that is helping with the analysis process. I'm still developing the system. We are still in the early ages. I'm still adding features. There are still many analyses that I want to add, and as to whether this development will continue or this software will continue or not depends on if people are patronizing it. That is what will encourage me as a programmer or a software engineer to continue, because I have other projects that I'm creating, and why I create a project which will not bring traction. So if many people are not on the line there, it means people are not interested in the system, so I'll have to boycott it. But then if people are coming on board, then it means even the pricing will come down. The amount I'm charging will come down if many people are online or many people are on board. And it also means that I'll also add more features, and I'll also add more updates. The user interface, I'll add more different features to the user interface. The user experience, I think there is more I have to add to it to make the system more user friendly. So it all depends on how many people are on board and they are using it. So please help me share this video to all other schools who are still not having a system or any software to compute this analysis. So please, I think that is it for now. Thank you very much for your precious time with me. Again, my name is Sebi Joel Amate. I am the software engineer who created this system. My contact details and everything are on the, I think, the configuration file. I think I put my contact details here. So these are my details. You can call me if you want to call me. You want a custom website, so custom software. So I'm into data science, I'm into user experience, computer hardware, computer networking, even graphic design, t-shirt printing, and all those kind of things. I specialize in those things. So you can let me know if you need my services in that way. And so this is my contact. You can call me, and then we can speak from there. Or you can also, I've observed that many people don't comment in the YouTube page where I need comments, so that if the system is good, what about features, if the system is bad, I need comments from you, so that I'll know how to tweak the system to make it more user friendly. So please don't just download the system and use it and just leave, but please comment, tell me my strengths, tell me my weaknesses, and then I'll see how to improve the system for all of us in the future. Currently, I think the curriculum we have is an old curriculum, and the new curriculum is also coming very soon. So I'm also anticipating how to respond to the new curriculum, new curriculum challenges. I don't know if we are still going to run 8 subjects like we are doing the old curriculum, or like, so those are all things that I am still anticipating, and how to respond to analysis for the new curriculum. So please, I need you to comment in the on the page, on the YouTube page, okay, so that I will know where I need to improve, and the like. So thank you once again for your time. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. Once again, I'm so happy, I'm so appreciative of you still staying on board till now. Thank you so much. May God bless you. And once again, SortPAL. Bye.